Welcome. Let's start with our big story this hour. Ending a month-long standoff with the global nuclear watchdog, Iran and the International Atomic Energy Agency have reached an agreement to allow the agency to assess the 2 nuclear sites in Iran. This comes after the IAEA Director General Rafael Grossi ended his first visit to Tehran. In a joint statement, the 2 sides said that Iran is going to provide the IAEA with access to the 2 disputed nuclear sites, adding that they agreed on a date for the access and verification activities.
So this did not come by some wonder or some magic, but it became clear at some point for, I would say, without wishing to speak for them, for the Iranian side and for us as well, that there was a need for a dialogue at the highest possible level. And of course, as you know, this happened with me meeting with President Rouhani and Foreign Minister Javad Zarif.
جمهوری اسلامی باز بار دیگر عرض می‌کنم هیچ وقت و هیچگاه خلاف منافع ملیش و حاکمیت ملیش عمل نمی‌کنه و نخواهد کرد. ولی نسبت به آنچه که تعهد کرده در عرصه بین المللی، هر معاهده‌ای، هر کنوانسیونی رو که مراحل تصویب خودش رو در جمهوری اسلامی گذرانده باشه، ما به مفاد اون کنوانسیون‌ها و تعهدات پایبندی.
The announcement comes hours after the United States suffered a diplomatic setback at the United Nations Security Council, where its bid to snap back sanctions on Iran was blocked. Iran had blocked the access to the 2 disputed sites for months, which prompted a diplomatic row. The global watchdog had criticized Iran for not answering its questions about possible undeclared nuclear material and nuclear-related activities at the 2 locations, and denying it access. According to an Iranian official, one of the 2 sites is located in central Iran between Isfahan and Yazd provinces, and the other is close to Tehran. The UN's nuclear watchdog, the IAEA, monitors Iran's nuclear activities as a part of the 2015 nuclear agreement between the Islamic Republic and the 5 permanent members of the UN Security Council. Now, since the US pullout, the other members in the deal have been struggling to save it. For more on this, we're being joined by Mir Javedanfar, a West Asia analyst from Tel Aviv. Good afternoon. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you.
Now, Iran has ended the month-long standoff with the UN nuclear watchdog. Why now?
That's a very good question. I think the Iranians are trying to make life difficult for President Trump. That's one of the political motives. They don't want to give President Trump more ammunition to put pressure on them. They want to basically show those who support the nuclear deal that this is the best way to get Iran to cooperate by staying in the nuclear deal. And this is one of the reasons. This is an important reason, I think, and hopefully it seems that they have nothing to hide also. If they're opening these sites to inspections, let's hope that they have nothing to hide, nothing untoward. So the IAEA can close the file on these 2 sites, and the world can be rest assured that Iran did not take part in any illegal nuclear activities. But I think the timing has a lot to do with the upcoming U.S. Presidential elections in November.
Right. Since the US pulled out, the other members in the deal have been struggling to save this deal. Is this a promising move to the future of it?
Yeah, absolutely. I think this is a very important move. Although these inspections don't come as part of the nuclear deal, they come as part of Iran's membership as a member of the NPT, Non-Proliferation Treaty. And I think this is the Iranians trying to tell those who've stayed in the deal, unlike the United States, that look, if you work with us, we will work with you. So this is also, I think, a message to the Europeans also. But of course, we have to wait and see what the final result of these investigations are. I mean, for example, if the Iran, we don't know the contents of this the current agreement between the IAEA, but if they, for example, agree just one visit What happens if there are follow-on visits that the IAEA wants to do? Will Iran allow it? But these are in the future. But for now, I would say yes. In terms of political messaging, also, Iran wants to reward those who stay in a nuclear deal by telling them that, look, if you work with us, we will work with you.
Right, and just one more thing. Just how much of a diplomatic setback for the US is this after they tried the bid to impose the snapback sanctions on Iran?
I think this comes as a second setback for President Trump. First, he tried to, third, I would say. First, he tried to end, he tried to get to block the removal of UN arms sanctions against Iran. He failed. Then he tried to bring the snapback sanctions, and it looks like he's also going to fail there also because America's not a party to the Iran nuclear deal anymore. And this is a third setback. I think President Trump always wanted to say that, look, Iran's got something to hide. Iran has been acting in an illegal manner with regards to its nuclear program. So I think this is yet another blow, which goes back to my original point. These are all designed to weaken Trump's hand when he goes for re-election. Iran does not want to give Trump a victory for his re-election campaign. They want to do the opposite, and I think this is part of such efforts by the Iranians.
Right, and we know that a date has been set. Do we know what that date is?
Not yet. I'm not aware of the date. I'm not aware. Let's wait and see. And let's hope that that one date, that one visit is going to be sufficient. I assume they're going to be taking soil samples because the enriched uranium has a half-life of thousands of years. So they'll probably be taking soil samples to see if there's any trace of enriched uranium in those areas. One issue that the inspectors will be looking out for is they will see if there have been soil removals. If there have been soil removals in that area, then that's a clear sign that Iran has something to hide. But I'm not sure the Iranians are going to do it. I don't know, but if you're going to do that, I think you'll be found out pretty quickly.
Thank you very much for bringing us all the latest there in that analysis.